As one of our pilot episodes for Purpose Discovery, I'd like to talk to you about something foundational, something important. And today we're going to talk about the fear of purpose. Everyone I meet wants to discover purpose, but not many people commit to the journey. And it's not because the journey is hard, it is, it's long. It's not because of that, it's because the fears we feel about purpose stops us from going further into discovery. And the reason why these fears are so effective is because we do not even know that we have them. But unconsciously, we sabotage ourselves because our fears keeps us back. While we're talking about these fears, I want you to hold on to this knowledge because immediately you know about them, you don't have power over you. The first fear of purpose that we have is that purpose will make our life rigid. In the world where we're so obsessed with freedom, and just doing things at will, spontaneity, we run away from anything that will put order in our lives. So we say, for find why should I live a life of purpose when I know that purpose will make my life more rigid? But don't see it that way. Purpose gives a gateway for your focus. In a world where there are a lot of competing loyalties calling for your attention, purpose is one of the things that gives you clarity. You will not be driven by circumstance, you will not be driven by your environment. You are driven by something deeper, something more substantial. As a matter of fact, without purpose, you are reactory to life. You react based on what happens. But a person that was in the part of purpose is proactive. They are prepared before anything happens. They are not swayed by winds of circumstance or the times. And this is very important. Don't see purpose as a path towards rigidity. See it as a path towards focus because it is in focus that you have strength. And I tell you, in this world where everyone is distracted, and do not have control over themselves, anyone that suffers from addiction knows this world too well. Addiction looks like freedom, but in truth, you can't stop. This is not freedom. True freedom is the ability to do even hard things when you want to, when to stop, when to do. And this is the kind of discipline and focus purpose gives you. So do not be afraid. Purpose is not here to make your life hard or rigid. No, it's supposed to give you clarity, give you strength. And the second fear we have of purpose that stops us from even going on the search is the idea that purpose will disrupt our life. Everyone wants to live in their comfort zone. What you are doing is comfortable. And sometimes this fear is legitimate because some of us have built things over the years in our life. We have things, we've already grown into certain identities. Some people have already become pastors for years. And perhaps in purpose, God is telling you, leave that thing. And because you're so worried about what people will say, what family will say, what society will say, we stay to paths that we know that it's not our purpose. Or in fact, we don't even try to find purpose because we are afraid. You are so contented with where you are comfortable. But you must not always see purpose this way. First of all, purpose is not really about external disruption, it's about an internal one. It is a reorientation of your mind. It gives you a new reason why you do things. It's not even about the action or where you express purpose. First of all, purpose is giving you a perspective. Why do I do the things I do? It talks about the virtue you are pursuing, the positive virtue you are pursuing, or the core value. These are some of the things we'll talk about when we go to what to discover in purpose. But see that first of all, the major disruption is within. Do not fear external disruption. But perhaps your discovery of purpose will require an external disruption. Don't see it as a loss. See it as a call to something greater, to a better adventure. We like to hold on to things. But I love to talk about early achievement, you know, young people achieving things. But I think the greatest danger of such happening is because most of the times we hold on to identities or our successes too early. We don't see life, we don't try new things because this one works and we stay there. But life is evolving, life is dynamic. Allow purpose take you out of where you're stuck because whatever purpose offers you is far better than whatever you can conjure for yourself, whatever you have right now. And I tell you that just don't fear disruption. Whatever you have built in now, whatever you know to now, it is valuable in your journey of purpose. To embrace purpose, don't be afraid of that disruption. That disruption can happen for good. And I tell you that no disruption might be needed. External disruption might be needed. It might just be an internal one. So put away your fear of being disrupted. disruption is good. And then the last fear that keeps us from pursuing and committing to the journey of purpose is the lack of know how. Most of the times, because people do not know the outcome or the way to even discover purpose, and they don't want to feel stupid, they don't want to feel like fools, they run away from that discovery. But you must tell yourself that I will not be afraid of looking like a fool. Everyone starts from knowing nothing. But because we want to hold on to our image that we know everything, because purpose will require that you start discovering something new, you start reorienting your mind. Most of the times we run away from it. Let's just stick to what we know. If you had a perspective, we're going to talk about purpose myths in the next few episodes. The lies about purpose we hold on to just to keep us in our comfort zone. We say, oh, we choose our purpose just because we want to run away from the hard part of discovering purpose. And sometimes you know how when we don't know the outcome, because purpose might be a mystery in the future, and you require sometimes to go through tunnels without seeing the end of it. Take steps of faith. And because we want to avoid this, we do not know the outcome. We know that the outcome is good, but we don't know the specifics of what the outcome is. Most of the times, this fear stops people from committing to purpose. But you must not allow yourself to be held back by your fears. They are hidden, they are subtle, and that's why they are powerful. But you must tell yourself that these fears will not hold me. I'm willing that I will give order to my life. It is more beneficial for me. If I tell yourself, I'm willing that my life will be disrupted. Sometimes for new things to happen, the old one has to pass away, has to be left behind. Most of these things, we might settle for our comfort zones or spontaneity now, but eventually in life we look back, and the only thing that will matter when you look back is that knowing that you feel you lived to your full potential. You're not believing with what if I did this. You know that you took that step of faith, and your life will always be more beautiful. People that have walked the path of purpose, the journey was not easy. They walked through their fears, and looking back, they could look back and say, wow, I'm glad that I made that step. Do you want to face your life at the end, at the evening of your life, and say, oh, I wish I had taken that step. I wish I did not allow my fears, my youthful exuberance stop me from holding on something that is more permanent, something that is more fulfilling. This is what purpose promises. It is possible. It is a journey that will require you to order your life and follow a path. It is a journey that might disrupt your comfort zone. It is a journey that you have to trust the void and step out in faith. But at the end, it is rewarding. Anytime you want to stop this journey, stop paying the sacrifice to know your purpose, ask yourself, is any of this fear playing out? Don't deceive yourself. Self-deception is a powerful lie. It's a powerful lie. Embrace the truth and say, okay, I will step in despite the chaos, despite the rigidity, despite everything, because a life of purpose is worth it. I look forward to seeing you on this journey of purpose discovery. Sometimes these fears may mark itself as boredom. This thing is boring. No, but pull through it. There's a great reward waiting for you. God bless you and see you in the other episodes. Bye.